energy. Now, why in one person that energy might gather in the neck, for example, or in the heart center, or in the belly, okay? It's only because of sin, but beyond that, I don't know. Now, I spent 5 years casting out demons, and I never experienced, there were different degrees. There were degrees of everything. The deliverance that I experienced, casting out demons, was basically people would either yawn or belch, or some of them vomited, But I never. It was always understandable sin, lust, witchcraft, greed, things like that. I never prayed for anybody or saw anybody in the church prayed for because they had, I guess because they had a mass of energy that was. I never had an experience. We would spend hours with a person until that demon came out, but I don't recall it ever. It would speak to us. We would have conversations with it and command it to come out. But I don't remember the person ever complaining of a pressure that turned out to be a demon. Now, I guess I was taught in those days that cancer is a demon. And I could never really understand how cancer could be a demon, but maybe that's how cancer is a demon. Maybe it's a mass of this energy that gathers together, that materializes in the body as the disease called cancer. And maybe that's the truth of any disease that is a malfunction of the actual physical parts of the body. Okay? That it's a mass of this energy, okay, of this invisible intelligence that's dwelling in the body illegally. And because of certain degrees of sin, we'll see what else the Lord will teach me about that. It masses together in one place and manifests as a tumor in the body. Well, Sheila, isn't that what deliverance is? Didn't you know that? Well, I guess I cast out demons for 5 years, but I never really thought of it in these terms because I never met anybody that had a mass. There was always someone that would come and say, well, I'm jealous, I want deliverance from jealousy, I want deliverance from pride. No one ever came to me in my experience of deliverance and said, there's a mass in my body, and that the Lord showed me, or the team that I was working with, or the pastor, that mass in their body was an actual accumulation of energy, of this energy that was agreeing with the wrong thinking in the unconscious part of the mind. I never saw anyone prayed for that came and said, I want prayer because I feel that there's something in my abdomen, and I went to the doctor and there's nothing there, or there's something there. I never saw anyone delivered from cancer. I never experienced anyone in that 5 years coming and saying, I'm aware that I have a mass in my body, and then whether it was a spiritual mass or whether they came and said, I have cancer, and then saw that person prayed for and saw them vomit, which would be a typical manifestation from my experience, and then have that mass, that tumor, that cancer disappear. I never saw it. I was taught that cancer was a demon, but I never saw it, and I never understood it, how a cancer could be a demon. So now for the first time, and I'm at deliverance for years, I'm now understanding how cancer could be a demon. Okay, somehow it's this energy, it's this invisible intelligence, okay, that's agreeing with this primordial king. And the agreement is so opposite, is so sinful, according to the perceptions of God, that energy succeeded in accumulating in a particular area of the body and actually materializing as a tumor. And in that event, I could understand how cancer could be a demon, that it would be a thought, it would be a thought that had gathered so much energy to itself over so many years that it was actually appearing as a physical mass in the person, and that physical mass could be cast out. when the person recognized what the wrong thinking was and repented. You cannot get deliverance if you're not willing to give up the wrong thinking. Well, everybody that has a cancerous tumor, they don't know what their wrong thinking is, I guess. So I guess it could be felt as a mass that the doctors may not be able to find anything there, but it's a spiritual mass. Or if it gets severe enough, if the wrong thought is severe enough, it could actually form something in the body. And that you could be delivered from cancer by understanding what the wrong thinking is and having that demon cast out, and the mass would disappear. This is the first time I've understood it on that level.